it is time to review Keppel Corp's first half 23 numbers, and I think this guy is going to $9. So what to $9? I think the results this first half was extremely good. You can see the benefits of having three segments: energy and environment, urban development, and connectivity, all linked by this global asset management platform and operator. And I think this guy is just gonna keep churning the assets and growing its recurring income and fee-based business. I think this guy is just going to the moon. In fact, I think I'm the most optimistic of the analysts out there. Most of the analysts have upgraded their price targets to maybe 750, 770, or even 850. I think this guy is going to $9, and even at $9, I don't think I'm gonna be selling. As of the 21st April, which is my last update, the share price was 646, and since then it has rocketed to 737 as the markets finally recognize the strength of the underlying business and how undervalued it is, especially if you compare it to Corp and Capital Land Invest, right? Corp being the renewable energy optimism, and Capital Land Invest being the asset management business. I think this guy has both actually. You can think of it as a combination of a Corp in terms of the renewable energy business and CLI in terms of the asset management business. And I think this guy is just, even at 737, is also very, very undervalued. The boost in the share price came after the surprise distribution in specie of Keppel REIT. For every 5 shares in Keppel Corp, you get 1 Keppel REIT unit. I haven't decided what I'll do with the Keppel REIT units. I think I'll probably hold everything though, because I think even at this levels, it's still very, very undervalued. So let's see what happens. I think after the distribution in specie, the ROE of the company will rise. Right now it's at 8%. I think they have the long-term target of around 15% for the company. I think it's achievable. I think after the DIS and a bit of a growth here and there, it's probably gonna hit to around 10 to 11%, maybe next 2 years, and eventually hit 15% if you're lucky. So I'll just focus on the key highlights of this half year, because actually everything is kind of in line. They continue to grow their assets and then look for opportunities to spin off the assets to grow their fee business and recurring revenue. So let's look at the Keppel power plant, the Keppel DC, and the Bifrost project. Of course, this is the land-based business, which is kind of lumpy, and well, I think everybody kind of understands, right? So the infrastructure business, I think, is extremely interesting. They are going to break ground for a new energy plant already, power plant already, and you can see that now there's a demand peak spike, right, with a supply imbalance. So this stuff is going to be pretty interesting. And post the operationalizing of this power plant, eventually they will probably inject this into Keppel Infrastructure Trust, I think. They also look at the import of hydrogen, ammonia, and so on and so forth. I think Keppel Corp is probably the main instrument for Singapore government to expand the green energy and renewable energy plants. So this guy is going to benefit a lot, because I think the Singapore government is going to pivot a lot to renewables and green energies and so on and so forth. Of course, if you go to NTUC and buy things, you don't get a plastic bag anymore. So you can see how serious they are about being renewables and green and so on and so forth, right? I think this guy is also very, very interesting. This idea of a EaaS, Energy as a Service. So if you go to the US, you can see that the SaaS has really made a big difference in the valuations of companies, be it Microsoft, be it Adobe, so on and so forth. So in the past, these guys in the US used to sell the products one-off, right? So they sell a product and then book a one-off profit, and well, it's kind of lumpy, right? So this guy is championing this EaaS service, where they don't go lumpy developments anymore, and they do energy as a service. So this is gonna give more predictable cash flows, recurring cash flows in the long term, and therefore this kind of stable cash flows leads to better valuations for the company. So this guy is also quite interesting. I think this guy is gonna grow steadily across time. You can see that for the past few months, they got new contracts in Thailand, in Vietnam, and so on and so forth. I think this guy is just pretty exciting actually. You can look at the growth in the operating income and the recurring business for the infrastructure arm. They have this data center in Genting Lane, which is ready for service, and I won't be surprised if eventually this guy goes to Keppel DC REIT. And this guy, Bifrost Cable System, is also very interesting. So first of all, they managed to find 60% co-investors for their stake. So therefore, it's going to reduce the capital requirements for this project significantly, because 60% will come from outside investors, right? And on top of that, they actually secured $400 million in the long-term operating fees for the first two pairs of fiber already for 25 years. So this is going to contribute to a recurring income and fee-based business again. So this is going to be quite significant, right? 400 million is no small sum of money. So this is going to contribute quite a fair bit once operational in 2024. So exciting days for these guys. I think in general, the company is a bit difficult to analyze because of the conglomerate nature and the different segments that they have. So compared to the REITs and so on and so forth, this guy is more difficult to understand. But you can see that this company is just going to continue to grow the asset management income. So it's going to go, there's a red thing here. It's just going to go slowly over time as the more and more assets get injected into their funds and their REITs and so on and so forth. And then they continue to generate fee-based income. And then the operating income might be a bit lumpy, especially from the infrastructure business. But nonetheless, they're going to have developments of the infrastructure assets. And then maybe offload it into the REIT and the trust that they have. So over time, the recurring income is just going to go and grow and grow and grow and grow. The breakdown of the recurring income via the three segments might vary from year to year, but I think in general the trend for this guy is going to be going up and up and up. And as you know, the markets love recurring income and predictable cash flows. So over time, as this guy grow, the PE ratio will also grow. So if the price is a PE times the EPS, and EPS goes up and the PE also goes up, then there's only one thing to do for the price to go, and that is up.